This is Liz.
This is Jade.
And this is Carly. And you're listening to
Babes and Babies.
Oh my God! We're all together and we did it right.
You guys, we figured it out.
We figured it out. We just have to be sitting next to each other. This is maybe the most amazing thing that we've come up with this entire time.
How have we been so off every time? We're still looking at each other through the video, and it's never on.
Like,
The heavens opened up.
If you guys could have seen it, though, Carly kind of was directing us like a choir.
Oh,
No, but-
maybe that's what I should do.
Maybe,
Yes.
but
Here's
like
the hands.
I felt the synchronicity. I just felt it, man.
Yeah. Must be that Chattanooga air. The Chattanooga fog.
The Bada box.
The Bada box. You guys, do you call it Bota box or Bada box? Like, I bought a box of wine.
BOTA.
Also, do you drink wine from the box? Because we are.
We currently are. We're in Chattanooga on our girls' trip.
We're
and
not
it's
above
awesome.
that. Yeah.
Also, we almost just died.
We had a lot of experiences in the last 12 hours here.
A lot of things have happened to us. So, you guys, we are like staying on the top of this mountain in this really cool Airbnb. But we left dinner, went to the sushi place.
Which is a whole nother story.
Which is a whole nother story. Basically, they were walking to our table and we were starving. And the guy sets the tray down and all of our sushi, but Liz's, falls on the ground. And Jade and I almost ate it off
It was like
the floor.
40 pieces of sushi.
I mean, don't tell him how much we ate.
I don't remember what he said, though, because he handed me my sushi, then he went back to get yours, and it all just fell on the ground. And he was like, dang it. Or he said something.
It was really sad.
It was sad.
So then we're like driving back, and we're at the top of a
And
mountain.
it's raining. It's raining here, so
It's
people
like
know.
sprinkling, and it's so foggy, you guys. Like,
So misty.
you can't see your hand in front of your face. And these roads are so twisty and turny around the mountain, so dangerous to even. We drove them earlier.
No street lights.
No street lights. We drove them earlier, and it was scary enough in the daytime. And at night, I just never again. I mean, there was a point, you guys. It's not even funny. We
Where
like
the road turned and Carly went straight.
Carly didn't turn
Guys.
the road.
I didn't know which way to go, and I couldn't see in front of my face. And Jade's like, "You gotta change it. You gotta turn. I was like, I mean, if I had gone 5 feet ahead, I would have just driven directly into the mountain. Like there was like a cave in it or something that was gonna let me through. Like Moses was gonna part the waters. Like it was really scary.
You could just see white, though. That's it. It was just a clear driving in a cloud.
We were.
Yeah, it was white
I don't know
out,
how
yeah.
people do that here.
No.
Everyone was driving like nothing was happening.
So fast. Swerving around us.
It was so scary. Oh, you guys.
Those Chattanoogans.
How do they do it?
Chattanoogans.
They know something. We need to ask people tomorrow, like how do you drive so fast in that? What is the secret? I mean, maybe the fog lights were the secret, which I couldn't figure out how to turn on.
We didn't know how to turn on.
But it was really scary, and we're glad to be alive.
So we're drinking some wine to calm our nerves.
Yes.
After
From the box.
Yes.
Wine from the box.
Yeah.
Unrefrigerated wine from the box.
And yeah.
Classy AF.
Listen. But at least they're in wine glasses. I'm not. If there was in a solo cup, I wouldn't carry them.
Yeah,
No.
100%.
I'm not above that.
No.
I'm actually way below that.
Just straight from the box.
I was going to say, what's below a red solo cup?
Yeah,
Straight
like
from the box.
you put a straw into the bag.
Oh,
not a
like
bad
a
idea.
giant Capri Sun.
Yes,
That's actually smart.
that's a really good.
Thank you.
No, it's still our idea. It's ours.
But it's nice to be together, ladies.
I know. It's so nice. This Airbnb is really cool, too.
It's
It is
really
cool.
cute. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We all have our own floor.
I know.
It's like so weird.
I feel pampered.
I'm gonna feel very far away from you guys tonight.
That's
I
true
know.
too, though. Maybe I don't like that.
Speaking of the night, Jade, this is the first time you're away from Emmy.
I know.
Ever.
It's so weird.
How are you feeling?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm doing better than I thought. I did cry this morning on the plane for a little bit. Like I had my 5 minutes where I just kind of listened to, I put my headphones on, I listened to a couple sad songs. I just like kind of let the tears
Which ones did you
stream
listen
down.
to?
Oh, just weird songs you wouldn't know.
Oh, okay.
I want to know.
Yeah, you maybe Liz would know.
Evan might know.
Maybe. Just like indie. I'll play them for you later. Some indie songs that just have meaning to me. But I just kind of let it all out. And then I just started like, I got on Wi-Fi and started just looking at Instagram and doing emails. And I found I was okay. And then I've been okay since then. I just feel like now that I'm okay, I feel like she's okay. And then that means she's not missing me. And then that freaks me out.
But okay. So like, would you rather her be missing you and sad, or would you rather her be super happy and not missing you?
That's like the selfish thing, because I'm like, I don't want her obviously to be like crying and wondering where I am and like being confused.
Right.
And she's with Tanner. She's obviously with her dad. She's in our home. She's feeling safe.
Right.
But like, I don't want her to feel that way. I want her to just feel like, oh, she doesn't really even understand. It's just like another day and mom's just not here for some reason or whatever. Right. But like the selfish part of me like wishes that she could understand that I'm gone and misses me, but knows I'm coming back.
Well, she probably just thinks you're like right outside the door and you're going to walk in at any second, you know?
I don't, yeah. What do
Isn't
they
that
think?
what babies think? I don't know. Think? What do they think?
And I'm worried she's going to be mad when I walk back in the door and won't look at me, though, too. Like, you left me.
I mean, to be honest, Bella does that to me a lot.
I know.
But then she looks at me afterwards and she's like, oh, how silly I was being. I love you so much. Like,
yeah. But this weekend may be the weaning weekend. I don't know.
Ooh.
I did bring my hand pump.
How are you feeling about pumping right now?
I may do it.
Okay. Are your boobs feeling full right now?
No, I'm down enough that they don't actually get engorged anymore, which is good.
You just want to like do it to kind of keep your supply.
Yeah, and also I just get freaked out because it's flu season, and I'm like, what if she gets sick and she needs like the antibodies from my breast milk, and then I'm like, and I can't give it to her, and then I'm a bad mom, and then so that's what I start thinking. Then I'm like, I need a pump. So I don't know. It's not like I'm trying to save this milk. I'm just trying to keep my supply up.
So we're going to be hanging out and Jade's going to be hand pumping here in Chattanooga.
I mean, Jade and I used to breastfeed at the same time, sitting there just talking and breastfeeding.
That's true.
That was a cute moment for us in life. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. When you were getting a lot of milk out and I was getting none, but that's okay.
Don't give up on them.
Listen.
Don't give up. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time it'll work. Yeah.
So one thing that I'm really big on is taking supplements that support your health and your body, because I know with all of our lifestyles, sometimes it's just not possible to get all the nutrients that your body needs. Mm-hmm. And that is why I love Ritual. It's the only omega-3 that actually tastes good because it's naturally flavored with peppermint essential oils. And it gives me the vitamin D, which living in Chicago now, it's already snowed there one day. So I know over the winter, I'm definitely going to be needing vitamin D. And I actually remember to take it. The capsules look really cool.
They look so cool.
They are
have
cool.
Like little balls in them.
Yeah. I know. And I'm committed for the long term to take this. I've been taking it for 2 weeks now, and I can't wait to just see how my health improves.
It's crazy because I think most people are vitamin D deficient, so this is really cool. The supplements are vegan, sugar-free, non-GMO, gluten-free, and allergen-free. They're made in the U.S. without synthetic fillers or colorants, and they're delayed-release capsules. So one thing that I complain about is when I take an omega-3 is I always burp up that fishy taste, and this prevents that. Another really cool thing about Ritual is it's subscription-based. It's $30 a month and delivered to your door. Forget a few days, snooze your order until you catch up. Happiness guaranteed, no questions asked, cancel easily anytime.
95% of women don't get the vitamins and minerals they need on a daily basis. That's crazy. And Ritual created a smarter vitamin with 9 essential ingredients women lack most. Go to ritual.com/babes. Choose clean ingredients backed by science. Sign up now at ritual.com/babes.
I have a random question. So there's actually a lot of places.
No, I'm just kidding.
The answer's 4. There's a lot of places now that you can get breast milk from.
Right, yeah.
Right. Is that something you guys would do ever?
So you're saying, like, if I ran out of supply and I wanted her to have breast milk.
Yeah. Would you have a wet nurse? Or I know there's places that donate breast milk if you're waiting for your supply to come in. Or there's now places, you can buy it.
I want to say that I'm not freaked out about that, but it still kind of like weirds me out. And I don't want to say that, but I feel like right now, but in that moment, if that was like what I felt like she needed, I probably would do it. But does it kind of weird me out that it came from another person's boob? Kind of. But it's also like a really cool thing that women do for women. So
right.
It's hard to say.
Like, what if your kid, like, you had a friend, you both had babies at the same time, and they were babysitting your kid, and your kid was fussy, and they breastfed your kid? Is that weird?
Oh, what if I breastfed Emmy?
If she's really fussy, I just
That
fed her a
wouldn't
little
bother
bit.
me.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'd be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for doing that. She was hungry.
Yeah, if it was you, like that would, for some reason, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
What if it was me?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
Wait a second. Unfair.
what about me?
But yeah, if it's somebody you don't know, like if you took her to like
A daycare.
and then you come in and she's like on somebody's boob, yeah, that's
weird.
Yeah. Where have your boobs been? I don't know.
Yeah. How many other kids have been in your boob today? I don't know.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But then again, like if your kid needs it, then your kid needs it and you just do whatever it is for your kid.
Yeah.
I can see it both ways. I don't know.
But like in nature, there's been like where, like kittens have died, or a mommy has died, like a mommy cat, and then the kittens like go and nurse on a dog.
Totally. You're so
and the
right.
dog just like mothers them.
And that's way weirder because that's a different
Yeah.
species.
Yeah. So maybe it's not that unnatural.
I mean, Mowgli drawn from a wolf, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
So wolf boy.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Disney says it's okay. It's okay.
Right. Yes.
Moral of the story.
Right. I don't know. Disney's really messed up. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in those movies, as we discussed today. Really scary villains. In
Oh,
these
yeah. We were talking
movies.
about that earlier.
Yeah. Like Rasputin, very scary.
Very scary.
Who?
Rasputin from Anastasia.
Oh,
Never
that's
seen
not
it.
Disney.
yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think Disney bought it.
I've never seen
I have no
Anastasia.
idea.
What?
All I know is the song.
No.
We were strangers starting out
on a journey.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Once Upon a December.
Yeah.
All right, we're
I don't
watching
know
it
that one.
tonight on
Oh
Netflix.
my gosh, it's so good.
I've
Amazon
never
Prime.
seen Anastasia.
Journey to the Past.
I've never seen
You
Mulan.
would love it. What?
What?
I'm a deprived person, you guys.
You are so sheltered.
I'm so shocked.
How
You know what's
have
weird,
you
though?
lived this long?
Those movies came out when we were like in high school. Though.
Yeah,
I just didn't
and
watch them.
Anastasia? Were we in high school?
I don't
don't
know.
know.
I
I'm not sure. But you know what's so weird about movies now is like the only movies that are out on like Moana is on Netflix.
Love Moana.
But like I mean, when is Bella ever going to see like I bought Frozen. Like when
Yeah.
is she going to see Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Snow
You have
White?
to,
You
like,
have
buy,
to purchase
You
them.
have to purchase them, yeah.
Right. And it used to be like you had a DVD and you just stick the DVD
Or
in.
you go to
DVD in.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, or you go to Blockbuster, and now it's like, I mean, I'm bad at technology, but like I bought Frozen on one TV, but it's not in the bedroom, so I
Wait,
can't.
so
you know,
do you
I
have a
don't know.
DVD player or a Blu-ray player or
No.
something of that?
Does
Because I bought it
anybody
on
know?
like the TV.
Does what?
Does anybody know?
No.
I guess my car has
No.
a DVD player where the little screen comes down in the back
Yeah.
and kids can watch. So I guess people still have DVDs.
Oh my gosh, my
I
mom.
feel like everything's
I
just
have
streaming.
one
Yeah,
actually.
it is.
I think
Yeah.
somewhere because I may have given it away because I have tons of old Christmas movies and stuff like that on
Yeah.
DVDs. So I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
have one somewhere. But I actually purchase movies on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what we
yeah,
do.
yeah.
And then I'll stream it. But if your TV isn't the one kind that streams, then you can't watch it.
Well, and Disney movies are like $20 each to buy,
Jeez.
and I mean, like you can't take it to like Grandma and Grandpa's house and then watch it there. Like you could take a DVD with you, but you'd have to be like, oh, let me access my account, and then I'll play it for you on their TV. You know, it's just more confusing now.
yeah,
It's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What kind of world are our kids growing up
I
in?
don't know. It's
A
sad.
fast one.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we old?
Maybe.
We're so old. Are we offending people that are older than us listening to this?
Oh, I don't mean it in like that way. I'm not being like ageist. Is that a word?
I think that's
Yeah.
a word. Yeah.
I'm not being like that. I'm just saying like so much has changed.
Yes.
Well, I think you just have those
Since-
moments of realizing, yeah, like you said, how much has changed since we were kids.
Right.
Yeah, our kids are going to grow up
Since we
completely
were
different.
young.
Yeah.
Isn't that an Adele song?
So
Yes.
one random fact that always tickles me is how people talk so much crap about millennials, which I get it. But the people who are like, oh, you millennials, I'm like, you're the ones that raised us.
Yeah. right?
Totally.
You did this to me.
You did this to us.
All of you were like, millennials, you guys, da-da-da. And I'm like, you raised us, so I'm really confused.
Right.
We're just forging a new path.
right.
And I don't even know if I consider... We're like on the cusp of not being millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of. We're like the
Older.
beginner. We're like the beginners, of millennials. We're like the originals.
Yeah, we did.
But I wonder what title it'll be for our children.
Well, I know this generation now is Generation Z.
Wait, what does that mean?
So it goes Generation X. So it goes baby boomers, Generation X.
Which is us?
No, which is our parents. And then millennials, and now the generation below us, Generation Z.
What happened to Y?
Gets this job of naming
know.
this. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Generation Z just makes me think of the zombie movie with Brad Pitt that was actually really good, and I hate zombie movies, but it
Brad
was
Pitt's hot.
something with a Z in it.
World War Z.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Is that going to be our children? Is this a
Let's
prophetic
not
prediction?
hope not.
Can we also really talk for a second about how hot Brad Pitt is, though? Like,
Let's
River
come back to
runs
that.
through it. So hot.
Never
my
seen it.
God.
Oh my gosh, you have to see
Can
it.
everyone make a list for me,
What is
please?
his name in that movie? Wait,
I
when
don't
think
know.
of it.
His name is I Am the Sexy Man. I'm the sexy man in this
Sexy man
movie.
named Brad
my
Pitt.
gosh, he's so hot.
I think my favorite of his was honestly just probably Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
He was great in that movie.
I never saw
He's-
Benjamin Button because I don't like super depressing movies.
Well, it's very weird.
Right.
It's a very weird movie. He is such a talented actor. I was like dating this guy one time that told me Brad Pitt was a bad actor, and I was like, "You are absolutely insane. He is so good,
Oh, I like him in the Ocean's movies.
so
I'm
good."
sorry. I was
And
thinking of
Fight Club.
Legends of the Fall.
Oh, that's so good
Legends. He's
too.
so
Wait,
good.
maybe I'm confusing them too. Is he in The River Runs Through It?
Yes, he is.
Okay,
Well, anyways, he's hot in both.
He's so hot in both.
But he plays Tristan in Legends of the Fall.
Tristan, yes. Oh, that's also a great name.
Yeah,
It
because
is
it
a
makes
great
me
name. I've always
think
loved that
of
name.
Tristan and Isolde, the movie with James
Yes.
Franco.
Yes.
and that is great.
It is great.
We were talking about James Franco earlier
We
and
were.
how funny he is in the movie Why Him, but they haven't seen it, but it's so funny and very inappropriate. Maybe don't watch it. I don't know.
Depending on your sense of humor.
You know what's so funny is like my parents are very conservative and watched it, and they were the ones who told me and Evan to watch it. They were like, "Don't watch it with your kids around," but it is so funny.
Oh
my
my
dad goes,
gosh.
"I want to watch it again tonight." We just watched it last night, which is so odd. But I mean, it's like that humor that the humor when like you're uncomfortable and then it goes a step further and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I've never been so uncomfortable. This is so awkward and funny." And then it goes a step further and you're like, "Oh, wow." Like that's what it is. You're like, "Oh, I'm so awkward right now. Like I have to get out of my seat. I'm so uncomfortable."
But you appreciate it.
But it's so funny because it's so awkward.
and offensive.
Yes.
That's like the Book of Mormon. Did you ever see the Broadway?
Oh
my gosh.
Gosh, I think it's so weird I haven't.
But it offends anybody and everybody, and that's what makes it
Right.
great. Because it's like
Right.
they don't skip anyone.
Yeah, and like I think most people I think know going in that it's super offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see it.
It's in Kansas City in December.
Maybe I'll be traveling there. Maybe I won't.
Get the mattress other mattresses look up to. At Nectar, they believe in love at first night. They are so confident in their mattress that you have 365 nights to get a full refund if you aren't 100% happy. They'll even pick up the mattress and get it out of your hair. Although, let's be real, once you've tried the Nectar mattress, there is no going back. Their mattress will shamelessly ruin for you all other mattresses. Nectar is amazing to sleep on, and Nectar sleepers fall asleep 20% faster than other people who sleep on any other mattress. They actually ran a study on that.
The Nectar mattress is 11 inches deep, so yeah, bigger is better, and utilizes a unique 5-layer technology that no other mattress on the market has. Why does no other mattress compare? Because Nectar patented the most breathable, cooling, body contouring, medical-grade, lush foam memory gel layered to help you fulfill your lifelong fantasy of sleeping on a cloud. I know I want to do that. No more terrible hot summer nights where you wish you could be sleeping on cold tile. Ew. No more stress about spending thousands of dollars on a new mattress that will you'll just later have to replace. You won't be jumping out of bed in the morning since climbing out of a Nectar comfortable cooling mattress is just sad.
And as we said before, Nectar promises that forever warranty on your mattress. And yes, we do mean forever as in forever and ever. Forever. The mattress comes in a box, and so it's super easy to unpack. You'll be enjoying our mattresses even before you're laying on it. We have an exclusive listener offer. Buy now and get $125 off and 2 free premium pillows with any mattress order and free delivery. That's nectarsleep.com/babes and get the best sleep of your life for the rest of your life.
What is Bella doing while you're gone?
So Evan is actually out of town this weekend. Well, we were out of town. It was the last minute trip. And so she is with my mom and dad. And my mom just sent me a picture of her with blueberry, the puree all over her face. Like, it is an absolute mess, which just means it got in her outfit, which means it ruined the outfit. And it's okay because she's being so loved. And is eating, which is great.
Blueberry stain really bad.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, why would you do that in her new outfit she's never worn before?
Blueberry and beets and strawberries. Like, you get it on an outfit, it's just done.
Done.
If you have a tip out there.
Basically, this outfit's gone.
Yeah.
It's just her first time ever wearing it, and it's gone. To never again be seen on the Cutie Bella. But I know she has 2 teeth on the bottom now, and she's getting 1 on the top, but it's not the middle ones. It's like the other one. What is that
called?
I don't know, but it looks really funny. Incisor? No.
I thought that's your canine.
I thought that was just called your canine, but I'm probably wrong.
Maybe.
Wait, I thought this is a canine. What's this one?
What if one? Your fang is your canine.
Oh, okay.
And that's the incisor?
I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Anyway, it's the one next to the middle tooth, and it's just kind of funny because if that one comes in, that's going to be a funny look. But she's still going to be just as adorable, but it's going to be really funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's what she's doing. She's with my parents. My parents got chickens, you guys. Already, a coyote got one of the chickens.
That's so sad.
And it's so sad because, my parents are friends with the chickens now, and they're really sad about it.
I mean, were there remains in the yard or no? It was just
no. I don't think so. My dad just saw the coyote today, and he was going for it. My dad. Oh, I can picture my dad running after this coyote. Get out of here, you coyote! He doesn't talk like that, but
and just one of them was missing, right?
Or does he?
He might when he's yelling at a coyote. I don't know, but yeah, just one of them was missing, and they were like. My dad said he heard a sound, but he didn't go out to check. And then when he was putting the chickens away that night, he's like,
"Do they have names?"
Oh yeah. Well, one of them's gone.
I know, but I would like to.
I think the last ones remaining are Reba and Dolly.
Oh,
there was Reba, Dolly, and Patsy.
Oh, should we have a moment of silence for Patsy?
Yeah. I think she appreciated that, actually.
I wasn't being insensitive.
Rest in peace. We miss you.
You know, and it's sad because, you were saying, Jade, when we were talking about the gone chicken earlier, it's a circle of life. But it's still really sad.
It's still really sad.
Because now my parents are going hungry because they're one less egg. And this coyote had a full-on meal.
Circle of life affects everyone.
It does.
My parents actually got... Well, my mom, she actually got super attached to their chickens. They have chickens.
They're so sweet.
And they have turkeys. Well, they did. 2 of theirs actually got eaten by a fox. But their one turkey that's still left, which is named, oh my gosh, I should know it. I feel like it's Buttons or something.
I was going to say Ted. That was my guess.
No, it's something. I can't remember.
Fun fact, I like to guess people's names.
They love their turkey. They love her so much.
Is the turkey nice to them?
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of scared of turkeys.
No, it's so nice.
They're big.
Right, I know, and they could peck me to death.
Yeah, they could. I mean, I don't think they will. They might, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're like, dinner.
I know.
You're like, no, your dinner.
Well, I mean, think about birds are related to lizards.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lizard right there. Liz.
Mm-hmm. Liz. You're a lizard.
I'm part bird too, then.
Learning so many things about each other on this trip.
And the second glass of wine is going down well.
Well, so speaking of chickens, though, so Vito and I have, we got 7 chicks, and they're growing so fast.
They're so cute.
They are, and I go to visit them, and I just don't like petting them that much. But I'm just making my presence known to be around them, and I want them to love me, but I see ourselves becoming friends. They're just at that really weird, awkward looking phase. You know how kids go through like weird, ugly puberty? That's what the stage that my chicks are in now. So I don't want to be their friends because they're ugly. Is that bad?
No, that's not bad.
I actually think they are at that awkward stage, but they're really
They're
cute.
just going through puberty, you know, when like you're all like gangly and like your nose is too big for your face. And
yeah. I'm excited to be their friends though. I've named 2.
They're just about to blossom.
And that's it. I know. I'm excited. We'll see how it goes.
Your little kids.
You guys got Bella and Emerson at home. I got my chickens at home.
Yes.
So many. There's so many of them.
It's true. It's my little family right now.
So I fell in love with Oxford shoes, and I've been looking for the perfect pair, and I actually went on Poshmark and found the cutest little black Oxford shoes that are platform from All Saints, which is like one of mine and Carly's favorite brands. And they were $345 shoes that I think I got for like $100.
That's amazing.
Such a good deal. They're in perfect shape.
That's so amazing. Here's what you got to do. You got to download the free Poshmark app. It carries a variety of women's, kids, and men's clothes and has tons of brands to shop from, like All Saints, Free People, Michael Kors, all of the things. You won't believe the deals you can find on Poshmark. And in terms of style and pricing, they have literally everything you could possibly want and more. And it's the easiest way to buy and sell fashion items.
And shipping is easy for both the seller and the buyer. And if you see something you want, you can always make the seller an offer. Listeners of the Babes and Babies podcast get $5 off your first purchase. Just enter the referral code BABIES when you sign up. That's referral code BABIES.
I did want to circle this way back around, but on my Instagram, I posted that I was going on the trip without Emerson, and everyone was so nice.
Aww.
I got so much support from all like the mamas that were like, "You'll get through it, and you're doing like such a good like thing for yourself, and a good thing for your baby, and a good thing for Tanner and your baby's and Emmy's bond." And so I just wanted to say, like, all the moms out there that are scared to do it, like, do it when you're ready, because I feel like I'm at the point where I was ready to do this, even though it terrified me. But, like, do it when you're ready and, like, take the time for yourself because you deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll check back in tomorrow, though.
I know. This is
how this is going.
We'll see, right?
No, but you definitely should. I mean, it's important to take that time for sure.
Yeah.
We're proud of you.
We are proud of you. And we're so glad you're here.
I know. There were times I was nervous.
Oh, I was
like, Jade's not going to go.
Are you kidding me? I was like, am I actually going to pick her up from the airport? Even like when she was landing, I'm like, is she lying?
Is Emerson with her?
I know. And the part of me was like, should I leave this thing in my car? Because there might be a child coming with. I don't know. But then I was like, whatever it is, it'll still be great.
It would be a lie if that thought did not cross my mind.
Well, and it still would have been a great trip, but this is really fun to have you.
This is something we've needed, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little
You're
podcast bonding retreat.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the middle of the mountains in the fog. Oh my gosh, by the way, look, the fog lifted and now you can see.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing.
We've not been able to see one city light, and now we see all of them.
So there's like there's a balcony out here, and earlier when we were looking out, it was just fog. Like you could not see anything, and now there are tons and tons of lights.
I think we were in a cloud. Like the cloud was low enough in the mountain.
I think so too.
Crazy. That was so scary.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, thanks for being a part of one of our another interesting introductions to our podcast.
You're welcome.
Our podcast of randomness.
Yes.
But we're super excited for what we have next.
Yes.
Yeah, so we do have a different topic that we kind of want to like switch tones and talk about something that is important to talk about, and that is the raising awareness for hearing loss, especially in newborns. And Carly, do you remember when Bella was a baby, was a newborn in the hospital, and you have to do that hearing test that they have?
You know why?
I
remember it so distinctly because my parents, when I went into labor, they started driving immediately from Dallas to Nashville. And right when they got there to the hospital, they took Bella out for a hearing test. So when they got to the room, they're like, "Where is she?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry." Like, so I remember not only being like, "Oh man, like I wish you could have walked in and seen your granddaughter," but also being so nervous, like, because when a baby gets a test, it's like, "Oh my gosh, are they going to pass?"
Right.
So, you know, like, and like, I just remember feeling like so many emotions at that moment. So I definitely remember. I know she passed. I think they did 2 hearing tests in the hospital. I think they did one each day or something.
Oh, I can't remember.
I feel like they did at my hospital. Maybe not. Maybe it was another test. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. I do remember being nervous too, and for some reason, I think Emerson didn't pass one of her tests, and I can't remember if it was the car seat test the first time. That one takes like 90 minutes.
Wait, what is that?
They have to put him in the car seat, and I don't know. They do all these things, but it takes 90 minutes, and they pretty much cry the whole time.
Hold on a second. I never had that done.
Yeah, you have to.
No, I had them help us put the car seat together, and then they put it in the car and we left.
Maybe it was just because Emerson was premature. They had to see if she would be big enough to withstand. I don't know. Because she was, I don't know.
Which is so weird because they were the same weight.
Yeah. Maybe it's just maybe she was late term premature. Anyway. But anyways, like, I read a statistic that between 2 and 10% of newborns don't pass their hearing test the first time. And that's because of reasons like fluid in the ears and other reasons. But that's still like something as a mom you get so worried about, because then you're like, what if my child's deaf? But it's actually pretty common to not pass that first test, because you think about it, they're in the womb and they're surrounded in your amniotic fluid.
Totally.
Yeah, it makes sense.
When I was reading about it too, it talks about how hearing is just important because that's how kids learn how to communicate. Although you can teach kids sign language too. But it's cool because there is so many different types of technology these days that help with kids that do have hearing loss. And it's not just like newborns, it's kids. Like even if they pass the newborn, kids can later
sure. Yeah, like from due to other things. You think about it too though, like if a baby is born deaf, they're not hearing you in the womb, and that's where they first start hearing language, is you speaking. So that's true. Why they were saying that getting to it right away and handling it right away is so important for communication for your child because of that.
Well, they said too, so it is it's 12.5% of kids and teens between the ages of 6 and 19 have at least some noise-induced hearing loss.
Wow.
But that's from so did you watch A Star is... Oh, you haven't seen A Star is Born. He says that when he was younger, what's the old music thing with the big trumpet-looking thing that the music comes out of?
Oh, yeah.
But he would put his head...
Like on the record
the trombone?
Player?
No, like the music recorder that you...
Oh, got it.
But he would put his head in there and blare the
music
music as loud as he could when he was a kid, and then he suffered hearing loss. You think about when you take kids to concerts and you see parents putting headphones on their kids, noise cancelers, it's because of that, because of the hearing loss it can cause.
I'm pretty sure I have hearing loss in my right ear, and I have a distinct memory sitting on my neighbor's porch. I was probably 7 years old, and we were lighting firecrackers and throwing them, and I didn't throw mine in time, and it exploded right next to my ear. And I just remember it was like ringing, and oh
my gosh, that's exactly what happened to my grandfather, and he lost his hearing in one of his ears.
Oh wow, no, I think I think for me it's just partial, but not full. But
well, he lost like most of it.
Yeah, that is so crazy. Well, I mean, good thing. So we have Christy Keane coming on with us today, and she knows a lot more about this than we do, and she is an advocate for spreading awareness for hearing loss. So I'm super excited that she's going to be talking with us.
Yeah, I think it's just great because anybody who is out there advocating is just eradicating any kind of stigmas. And I feel like sometimes the deaf community can feel a little isolated. So I think it's so great that she's such a, what would you say? I guess just an advocate for her daughter and for the deaf community. I think she's amazing.
Yes, let's get her on. All right, so we're so excited to introduce you to Christy Keane. Her Instagram page is awesome, and I love the slogan that you have on there. It says, spreading positivity in hearing loss awareness like confetti.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that. I know. It's funny because I've always done things on social media and Instagram, and I constantly was like, why am I here? Like, why are people following me, or what's the point? And then Charly was born, and I was like, yes, like this is why all of everything, the universe has kind of molded this to be what it is. And now I have a platform to share it. So it's pretty awesome. It's good to spread it out there so that when Charly goes to school, people are kind of like, oh yeah, like, you know, all about it.
Can we just talk for a second about the BS that is the beauty industry for women right now? I'm in my 30s, my skin is aging, and I seriously have no idea what to do. I go to the department store, everything is so expensive. I go to the drugstore, I'm not sure if that's going to work. Like, where are you supposed to go? Well, I found it. It's forhers.com. It's a new women's wellness brand delivering prescription skincare products customized to you straight to your door. Forhers.com connects you with online licensed doctors who can prescribe you prescription products customized for you, delivered straight to your door. It's so crazy because at every age, our skin begins to adjust, and Hers is dedicated to supporting women at each stage of life so our skin concerns can become just a no-brainer. Right now, our listeners get a trial month of the customized anti-aging kit for Hers starting at $10 right now while supplies last. See website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or pharmacy. Go to forhers.com/babes. That's FORHERS.com/babes. Forhers.com/babes.
Do you, for our listeners, want to kind of just explain to you Charly's story?
Yeah. So she was born on August 2nd, and she had failed 3 hearing screens in the hospital. And I'm a NICU nurse, and I've done hearing screens on a lot of babies, in my last 10 years. And just like my nurse, I assumed that it was probably fluid in the ears. That's what I mostly told parents, like, this happens all the time. Usually it's just fluid in the ears and they'll pass. So when we got discharged, we had to do another hearing screen outpatient, and same thing. I just completely didn't even think about it. I was like, she just has fluid in her ears. She was a VBAC delivery. So I thought, I don't know, maybe that contributed to it. And then we did another hearing screen outpatient, and she failed again. And still in my head, I'm like, it's fluid. She had to do a diagnostic test to fully find out what exactly was the issue. And I didn't even invite my husband because I just was we don't have hearing loss in our families. I've never met a deaf person. I was very confident that we were going to go get checked out and life would be just as normal as any other day. And when we did the official ABR testing with the audiologist, I kind of saw a look on her face, and she had somebody else come in the room. And I was like, that's kind of strange. And before she even finished the test, I was like, how are you able to see anything on this test? And they were like, yes, she has profound hearing loss in both ears. And I was like, I don't even know what that means. Like, is she deaf? Like, what does that mean? Is she deaf? And they were like, yeah, she's completely deaf.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just broke down crying because for a million reasons, she had never heard me say I love you was the first thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, she hasn't heard anything. And it's funny because when I was pregnant with my first daughter, who's 3 now, I had put the hearing buds on my belly at 17 weeks, and that's how I heard her first kicks. And when I was pregnant with Charly, I kept doing that, and I would tell my mom, like, it's so strange, like, she doesn't like music, like, she won't dance like Cameron would. And now I look back and I'm like, that was my first clue that she was deaf, and I just would have never known. And so then it was just navigating what it meant to have a daughter who's deaf, what being deaf meant, what our options were. My first thought was, oh my gosh, we can't have any more kids. And I don't know why that was my first thought. I just, like, I'm going to have to learn sign language, and she's going to need all this help and, additional needs. And it couldn't be further from the truth. This last year has been crazy amazing. So at 2 months old, she got hearing aids. And that's, I guess we had a viral experience.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So they told us, because she's so deaf, like she's profoundly deaf, which means she can't hear anything. And they said with the hearing aid, she would probably sleep right through the activation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting any response at all. And when we got the hearing aids and turned them on and saw that she obviously had a really big, awesome reaction, then it was just amazing and a miracle.
I mean, I'm sure our listeners have probably seen this video because it was everywhere. It really did go viral, but her reaction, I remember, it's making me emotional right now for some reason, but just the look on her face when she heard your voice for the first time was so beautiful.
Yeah, she's so sweet. Yeah, I always call it like the pout heard around the world, because that big old pout. And she's only made that face one other time. She never made it before then. And the only other time she made it was when we got her cochlear implants turned on. And I mean, the hard thing, whenever she made that little pout and it went, I had just had like aunts and uncles say, "Oh, can we share this? Can you make it public on Facebook?" And then boom, it was everywhere. Yeah. And it was so public. People were writing messages like, "Oh, she's crying. She's in pain. Like, look at that face." People who just don't understand. Like, I'm her mother. Like, I felt something there that was like internal and emotional connection. She was not in pain. Like, that was pure like joy and emotion and happiness for her. I could feel it. It's so strange, but
yeah. So when they do their cochlear implants, cochlear, did they tell you, like, I guess I don't know, like, is she going to be deaf forever and these just help her hear somewhat, or how does that work?
Yeah. So now she just had her cochlear implant surgery in July. And when she has the cochlear implants turned on, which I had never even heard of a cochlear implant until I had her. And she basically has the implant's internal, and she has a magnet in her head, and then the external device magnets to it. And when that's on, she can hear everything.
Wow.
Everything. Yeah. But the misconception is that when they have cochlear implants, they're healed and they can hear now, which is not the case. It's a device. So as soon as I take it off, which it's sitting right here, she's up in her crib and she can hear nothing right now. So as soon as it's off, she's deaf. So in the bathtub, she can't hear anything. When she pulls it off, because she's a 14-month-old who pulls at everything, she's deaf. So she can only hear when it's on her head.
Okay.
And I guess they say your brain gets trained to hear like a normal person would hear. The best way that I have found to figure out what it would sound like is speaking to adults who had hearing, lost their hearing, and then got cochlear implants later. And they say initially it kind of sounds robotic, and then your brain learns to hear and it sounds just like how we hear.
Wow.
So it's amazing. Cool. Medical technology is amazing.
It's amazing.
So between working a full-time job, podcasting, doulaing, and planning for a wedding, I do not have time to make it to the gym. But that's why I love Beachbody On Demand, because it's an easy-to-use streaming service that gives you instant access to a wide variety of super effective workouts, and you can do it from anywhere. And that's what I'm doing to get into wedding shape.
Yes, and it's the company behind P90X, Insanity, 21 Day Fix, Brazil Butt Lift, Hip Hop Abs, Week Yoga Retreat, and more. I mean, those are some really, really good workouts. And you can do it from anywhere, anytime. You can view on your computer, web-enabled TV, tablet, smartphone, Roku, Apple TV, and so much more. And you can just work out on your schedule. You know what? I am busy all day. I want to do it early in the morning. I want to do it at night. I want to do it at 3:00 in the morning. I can do it then.
What I like too is sometimes I only have 25 minutes to work out, and I know I can get like the Brazil butt lift in, or like yoga if I need a little time to de-stress. I can do yoga for 25 minutes.
Totally.
I challenge you guys, if you're looking to get in shape or if you're trying to work on your health, which I think is always important, to check out this service. Right now, our listeners can get a special free trial membership, including their new 14-day results plan, where you can lose up to 9 pounds in the first 2 weeks. When you text BABES to 303030, you will get full access to this entire platform for free. All the workouts, the nutrition information, the results plan to get you super fast results and support totally free. Again, just text BABES to 303030. So what does the new normal look like for your family now? Is everybody learning sign language?
Yeah, so we're deciding to do sign language and speech because with the cochlear implants, a lot of kids develop really beautiful speech and you would never even know that they were deaf. But for us, it's important that she has a backup and just because when they're off, she can't hear. So we're all learning sign language. We're learning to sign. And doing speech therapy once a week. We have really awesome early intervention out here. So we're doing that. We're meeting up with lots of deaf family in the community, lots of other kids. I host actually a sign language story time locally here to where kids who are hearing can come out and learn a little bit of sign and just see it so that they can maybe learn how to say hi to Charly when she's out and about or anybody that they meet who might be deaf.
Yeah, that's so cool. So I know that you kind of call yourself like an advocate now for hearing loss in infants or maybe just hearing loss in general. Is that kind of like one of the first things to do is early intervention? Is that what's the most important thing? Or
Yeah, so for sure, I would say we're really lucky. My husband's military, so we have really great health care, and Virginia has really great early intervention programs. So that's, if you choose to go the cochlear implant route or ASL, just getting the resources for language right away is the best. Like, as I always say, as long as you're giving your kid love and language, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And, I would say the next most important thing is to connect with people who have been there and connect with other deaf family members, because if you're like me and have never met a deaf person in your life, you don't know what options are out there and you don't know the challenges that you'll face. And it's just really nice, just like how you guys have created a community for moms, like just to surround yourself in a community of parents of deaf children who have been there before and then can lean you up on the times that are hard. And I feel like that's where advocacy comes in for me, and that I've experienced the coping emotions and I've experienced the lows and trying to understand. You have a lot of guilt because I thought maybe it was something that I had done in pregnancy or in choosing to do a VBAC. Was there something that happened? And it turned out hers is genetic. She has a genetic disorder that is associated with hearing loss, but that you don't find that out for a long time. And either way, the mom guilt is real. And just to be able to lean on people who have been there really, really helps.
Yeah, for sure. I guess, like, what would be some advice to tell anybody who has like a child who, I don't know, do you consider this special needs, or what is this?
I think additional needs is what I say.
Additional needs? Because,
I mean, there are, additional things that she'll need to mainstream. And I think, in terms of like my advice for parents who maybe are in a situation with a child with hearing loss, there's so many options. You can do sign language only. You can do sign language and cochlear implants. You can do cochlear implants and never sign a day in your life. I think that it's just important that you choose what's right for you and your family.
Yeah.
And just give your child love and language. The earliest you can get language on board, the better. And it's awesome. It's eye-opening. Like, speaking of the lows, like now I just can't imagine her not being deaf. Like, she's just exactly who she's supposed to be, and she changed our lives and our perspective, and I don't know what we feel like is important. It just changed everything. So it's a positive thing.
Yeah, for sure.
What advice would you give, I guess, to people who, let's say my friend had a baby that had dealt with hearing loss? Like, what was the best support you received from your friends and family? Like, how do you help or support someone in that situation?
That's a good question. I would say the biggest support I got right away when I found out Charly had hearing loss was that my friends all rallied and started to learn a few things of sign language right away. So just for them to spell their name in sign, or to learn how to say like, hi, how are you? Like little things like that. I knew that she would have a community of friends and family on board to support her no matter what. And I think the other big advice I would have if you had a friend in a situation like ours is to maybe not say like, oh, I'm so sorry. Because that I think that's a natural response. And I don't judge anybody for saying that response, but looking back, it like plants a seed that there's something to be sorry for, or that there's an issue, when really it's just like, what would be the best way to phrase that? I would maybe say, wow, that must be a lot to go through and a lot to wrap your head around, but God picked the perfect parents for this baby, and you guys are going to make the best decisions for your baby. I think a response like that, when I've had people say something like that, I just felt like, oh, it just gave me a sense of relief. Like, yes, like she was promised to me for a reason. So
I think that's really good advice, because sometimes I feel like if you've never experienced it and you're trying to put yourself in someone's shoes, the only way that you're trying to be sympathetic is to say, I'm sorry. And those words probably are failing. So it's nice to hear like what someone would be like, this is a way to like reach me. I think that's really great advice. Yeah.
What, so you have two daughters, Cammie and Charly?
Yep.
Okay. And you said that Charly was a VBAC.
Yep.
So did you have an emergency C-section with Cammie?
Yeah. So looking back at that one, I still wish I had been more of an advocate for myself with Cameron. It was my first baby. They said I had some swelling in my cervix, and technically it was an emergency C-section. Kind of. I had the on-call doctor, and I was sectioned at 7:59, and my doctor came on at 8 a.m. So it was just like a weird, I still kind of think that I could have maybe gone a little bit longer and seen what happened, but technically an emergency C-section for Cameron. And then with Charlotte, I wanted to have a VBAC, but I wasn't one of those gung-ho, like I'm going to go pain-free and have a VBAC. I just told my doctors, if you'll let me try, I want to try. If it works, that's great. If it doesn't work, I've had a C-section before and I can deal with it. But I just visualized how the VBAC would be in my head, and that it would be easy and quick. And I mean, it was the easiest thing I've ever done. I did get pain meds. I got my epidural. Everyone said you should not have an epidural if you have a VBAC. I was like, I'm only doing a VBAC if I get an epidural. So,
yeah, girl.
So I got my epidural and I had my VBAC, and it was quick and beautiful and easy. And
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love hearing those stories.
Yeah, it was really great. I actually wanted to have a doula there, but it just didn't work out with the timing, and she was 3 weeks early, and so.
That was me too. Elizabeth was supposed to be my doula, and Emerson came 4 weeks early, and my labor was so fast that by the time Liz even knew I was in labor, practically she was born. So.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, it just didn't happen.
It's like the best laid plans.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, yeah, no, I was just going to say, I love on your Instagram stories that you choose to include closed captions on everything. I just think that's so great. And I feel like that's something, who's the guy? Is it the guy from Queer Eye, Karamo? He does those too.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of people actually for our podcast say that they would love to have us where they could somehow, our deaf audience would be able to listen to it. So that's something that we've been trying to work on. But I think it's really cool that you're including that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Again, I have a different perspective, and I wouldn't have thought about it before Charlotte was born. And now accessibility is important to me. So, and it's so easy. I just use an app. It's called Clip-O-Matic. I think I paid $2 for it. $1.99, and it just automatically captions it. But I'm like you, I'm still trying to figure out if you're doing something like this, how you could fully caption it.
Especially in the world we live in now, which is about everyone trying to be, about exclusivity and just making sure that everybody's included. And so it's like, we really want to try to figure that out. So maybe someone who's listening will be able to help us out. But
for sure.
Yeah.
I know that there's programs that will capture your voice when you're talking. I just don't know about opening up all Zoom and the different programs at the same time. But it's definitely would be awesome if you guys did do that. And especially with the captions now for Instagram, I try to angle it, well, people want better engagement, and people are always listening to their phone watching their videos on silent anyhow. So I'm like, maybe if people are motivated by engagement, they'll download this app and do it. And then it helps everybody.
I feel like my stories are always on silent. Yeah. So maybe
so it helps.
Well, if people want to find out more about you and follow your journey and Charly's journey, where can they find you at?
So on Instagram, I'm the Blushing Bluebird. And on YouTube, we're also the Blushing Bluebird. So that's the easiest way.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story and Charly's story with us.
Thank you so
and
much
giving
for
us,
having me.
just educating us and giving us some good advice to share with others.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on and for just realizing the importance of it and being advocates yourself by doing these shows. You guys are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you so much, Christy.
You're welcome. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, I'm really glad she came on. I've actually followed her. I don't know. Have you guys seen that video of Charly?
We just watched it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
We've both seen it before, and we watched it again. And I can't handle it. It cuts to my heart in a way that
I know.
Oh, wow.
It's so amazing how far technology has come, and that now they can do that whole thing and give her the implants and have it so that when she has that device on, that she's able to hear. That is just so crazy.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know Christy has gotten some flack from some people that she chose to do the implants, and some people are like, oh, there's nothing wrong with deaf people, you should just or whatever. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with deaf people, but why not give her the gift of hearing if we're able to nowadays?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she's so sweet, and Charly is so cute, and
so cute.
I think it's just important to have moms that have children with all sorts of life journeys on. And definitely there are children out there who are deaf as well, and moms going through the same thing. So I think it's really great that Christy's so open with her life that hopefully a mom out there can connect with her story.
Yeah, absolutely. I really enjoyed having her on. She's so sweet too.
Yeah, ditto.
Very sweet. But yeah, we love having people on to share their different journeys. And it brings us back to kind of why we started it, just knowing that we're all in this together, no matter.
And all babies are perfect.
Yes, exactly. So we just love having people share their different journeys and experiences, because we know tons of our listeners can relate, So thank you guys for being a part of this and for listening to us and to Christy. And we will see you soon.
Yep. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.